tonight.
You are listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Pass me the lampshade, I'm drunk again. Blew my drug money on a quart of gin. Well, I am a cultured man with tastes discriminating, but I'll settle for a tall glass of anything. Well, am I the only one drinking tonight? The only one drinking tonight. The only one drinking tonight. The only one drinking tonight. Well, am I the only one drinking tonight? The only one drinking tonight.
All right, it's 22 after the hour. It's the Doug Stanhope Podcast back in Bisbee. Happy to be home, Ggreg, Chaille. Happy that you're home, keeping the place tidied up.
Nice.
I feel fucking good.
Yeah.
I came back from vacation. The key to vacation, just take that last day. Get fucked up the entire time, but just take that last day and don't do a fucking thing and take a nice Xanax and then wake up refreshed for the plane. Then just do your airplane drinking, and then we get a hotel at our airport because we get in late. Yeah, felt pretty good. Caught up on all my stories. Last time I talked to you assholes, who I'll come sucking up to in a second here, I have to listen to it because Shawnee said he listened to it and said I didn't tell any of the fucking Manson stories. Did I not talk about the whole,
You mean it with Christine when you did the Swapcast?
Yeah. Did I not talk much about Manson?
No. I mean,
all right. Well, I'll have to listen to it.
it kind of it blurs with all the Twitter updates and stuff, though. I mean, because I listened to the Swapcast just to make sure there was nothing to take out. But it was Andy and Christine.
Yeah, when Andy's there, everything gets fucked up. So,
and you're at a bar. You can hear the background noise.
Yeah,
and
they let us
going
use the back room.
Yeah.
That place is definitely a forgettable but necessary element to my top 10 or just top all around hotels / day drinking bars. Day drinking bars with a hotel attached. So at whatever point as the sun sets, you can just kneel your way to your room. That's the, whatever it was. That's where we left you guys I left the Killer Termites as you were in charge of fucking with that guy at the Ramada. What a piece of shit. Like, there was 5 more days of that kind of blurry when we got to LA, but that was in the middle of it and it didn't lighten up in the middle. That's when I was podcasting.
That was supposed to be your day of recuperation.
Right.
That was the plan.
Yeah. And that fucking
didn't
asshole. Happen. But yeah, they did cheese him off. I forget it. I'd love to update you.
Jarvis? Was that his name?
You know what? I don't even know at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. Jarvis sounds right. He had 2 dumb names. I'm sure I have it written down.
It's on your Twitter. People,
all right.
Yeah. Cause someone wrote a personal note to me on Twitter and then said, oh yeah, F Jarvis or whatever. I had to go back on that.
Yeah, he was someone found his Facebook account. And I'm like,
man.
oh, this is going to go too far. But I remember looking up the Facebook account and remembering those beady eyes and go, yeah, that's the dick. So yeah, thank you for that. Sorry, I probably jumped the gun on that.
Well, you got to
But
throw
he was
something
a
out.
wicked fucking asshole. Yeah. But he's probably an asshole like I would be if I just didn't give if I worked at the fucking Ramada, I wouldn't give a shit. I do customer service the same way we do for, oh, you said it was a gray shirt and it's black, or vice versa. Well, go fuck yourself. Read closer.
Know your colors.
Yeah, so it's probably doing the same customer service I'd do. But then again, my fucking phone number isn't listed.
Yeah.
So yeah, look at your fucking name tag, Jarvis. When your phone number and your name tag are out there, we got to sell this fucking Cadillac, and we're going to do it on eBay. I'll have that ready for the next podcast. But I'm like, yeah, if this fucking thing, for some reason, just shits a bed. It's a 1970 fucking Cadillac. I don't know shit about cars. What if it just shits a bed on someone? Not my fucking fault, but you know where I live now, because you picked up the car at my house. So yeah, fucking buyer beware. I don't know a fucking thing. I just know what I paid for it. And that's the reserve. And you get new brakes. Figure out that fucking roof. I'm sorry, you're pointing at stuff. Oh, yeah, Killer Termites. Don't worry, I'm getting to them. I'm going to have to make some kind of deal. So I wanted to waste you again today. So Brian sent me, I don't even know, some chick that calls herself the food babe.
Oh, yeah.
And she's not. First of all, you know what? Ask more people than your parents whether you should be calling yourself babe or not. Get an anonymous straw poll before you, just because you're vaguely attractive. I mean, like you have to, it almost makes you want to do the racist, okay, for a pinched faced Indian chick, or I don't know, whatever that middle fucking range of, remember those three cunts that we had to sit next to at the airport? And they would call themselves babes. I don't know. Yeah. Some Middle Eastern-y Asians. The UK would call them Asian, because that's Asia, I guess. India, whatever.
Like
yeah,
Mongolia.
Anyway, but yeah, she looks like a fucking bookworm librarian. Just teeth whitening does not a babe you make. All right? Anyway, she gives like really scurrilous advice. I don't have anything. I don't read food blogs, obviously, or nutrition blogs, but someone else who's got a science background, just Hennigan found it. And it was just such a methodical hamstringing evisceration of this woman. And I guess she's really popular. And like, you just talk shit. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Example A, example B. It was no hate, but it was written so well. Here, I'll get a lot of shit for this too, but it was written so funny that even after this person says that they hated her so much they started their own blog, Science Babe. The Science Babe. And even then, reading Science Babe, I still thought it was a dude that was writing this. I had no question it was a dude because it was that funny. And no, it's another vaguely hot chick, hot with a qualifier somewhere. But she's doing it out of spite, so you don't need to live up to the babe part. Anyway, it was really well written, and why did I have to get wicked sexist and racist to just deliver a fucking compliment? So that was fun to watch a beat down, and it made me want to throw my hat in the ring and bring the kids with me. Hey, let's go trash this food babe lady, but it's not our business. Plus, turns out I'm going to have to get down on my knees and suck your killer termite dicks. Because I forgot Bingo Bingaman and Whiskey Girl's sister, Lindy. Yeah, that video they did for that unfinished song of Whiskey Girl's. Whiskey Girl, by the way, flashback. Yeah, fucking died of lupus. Husband killed himself in the house behind here where the Chailles sleep. Next to the bullet hole. Yes. The dead people. Yeah. Well, the sister of the dead girl remade the unfinished last song with Bingo, singing it. And they put the video into a fucking contest, into the Wyoming short film contest. Google it. Wyoming short film contest. And it's called Oh Up Above. That's the bingo video they shot. We didn't have to go. We're in Wyoming anyway on our way through, and shot a video in a dump and bingo and little angel wings. Well, they put it in a contest. And wouldn't you know, you need to have voters online for this fucking contest. And I wish I was in a place where I could just give them $25,000. So I didn't have to ever ask anybody to please go to Wyoming Short Film Contest. Google it. And there's only 3 pages of entries. If we can't fucking beat, that's the problem. I'd give them the money to not beg. But at the same time, you want to fucking win. It's Wyoming. This is limited to only people who made short films in Wyoming this year. It's the lowest populated state. We've been to Wyoming. We know most of the people in Wyoming just for driving by their houses 2 summers.
At the parade, we've seen most of Wyoming.
Right.
They're lining the street.
Yeah, we were in Lander, Wyoming. We saw the parade. That was us. So vote for that fucking... You don't have to live in Wyoming to vote for the fucking thing. If the Killer Termites cannot win, maybe we just disband the army. If we cannot defend a skirmish, but it's done April 15th or something, tax day, 16th. Now, go now. Do it now. I think I just quickly perused it, and I think the highest viewed film was like 1,700. But it fucking hurts me. We did this for Brendan Walsh. That's why I immediately tweeted at him, because we did this years ago. Brendan Walsh. I remember Steve Hofstetter, who is wicked good at social networking. This had to be at the end of the MySpace days, or maybe full on head of steam MySpace days. And Walsh got into one, and Hofstetter was just way out in front. And then I got on MySpace. And before you were called the Killer Termites, you were just MySpace people. You were just Stanhope people. And, yeah, I had to talk shit about Steve Hofstetter, which I felt bad for. And trashing him for like being one of these guys that just collects a bunch of MySpace friends. It's such a douchey thing to do.
Not looking
but
forward.
The whole Dane Cook hatred was in such full bloom, and everyone thought, well, he's only fucking famous because he's on MySpace. No, he's uses MySpace to reach people. People don't go, oh, I usually hate this kind of comedy, but the guy wrote back. So, so we get on, and it was a tight race, but yeah, Brendan Walsh collected $10,000 out of that contest. So, one day I might come to you for a favor on your Bone Zone show. If you could please direct people to a small website. And fortunately, you don't have to do all that shit. Right? I wasn't going to say, I'm not fucking logging in. I'm not registering, but it's now everything. You could just log in with Facebook. That's easy. Yeah, because I don't use Facebook. So if they send me a bunch of fucking spam,
you don't see it.
I don't see it. Oh, Up Above. That's the thing. Lindy Mindy has 2 films. She has actually Whiskey Girl's last actual video before she was all dead and whatnot, called Tumbleweed. So if you want to sit around for a second and vote for a second one, go to Tumbleweed. There's only 3 pages of them, so they're easy to find, by Lindy Mindy Nielsen or something. Nielsen. Yeah, and because then it goes to the top 5. Then I guess we're really gonna have to start sucking dick and fucking handing out free stolen Bibles and free T-shirts to get the finals vote. But you can go. She can go. I go. Why did she put 2 fucking videos? I was just snapping in there. I'm like about to tweet the wrong one. I'm going, why does she have 2 videos in the same contest? You're splitting your fucking votes up, you fucking... And Bingo goes, well, you can get more than one into the top 5. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry for yelling. You have no idea how horrifying it is to bucket it at a certain place. Have to say, and Bingo, as much as she's not that kind of chick, I guarantee at one point she would bring it up one day. As cool as she is, and as much as she said, you know, I don't want to be a burden. One day she'd go, oh yeah, well, all your fans couldn't win one dumb contest for me. She'd stick me with it somehow. Yeah, but where were you when you could have been dead? You didn't vote for me then. You know, there's that atheist girl you don't even know, but you wouldn't even do one little thing for my...
Dane Cook could rally troops.
So yeah, there's that. And God damn it, if they win, we'll send out some discounts. We got Killer Termite shirts. The guy that gave me the prototype that I've been wearing for the last, since 2013, since you got named Killer Termites by the UK press and some fucking cunt, I won't even mention her name anymore, Allison something or other. Yeah, so yeah, I've been wearing those shirts all the time. It's like a baseball shirt, except it says it's Bisbee's team, the Killer Termites, which is, if anyone asks, yeah, mention the Killer Termites as though, hey, how did the Killer Termites do? Fucking put it on a message board or tweet it with your friends who are in on the gag and say, how did they do against the Cuban national team? And have him tweet back, oh, fuck, they lost 4-2, but they play again tomorrow night. Just so when people Google search Bisbee Killer Termites, they will find records of them playing against everybody. Didn't they play an exhibition game against the Washington Nationals? Yeah, they did. It's the first time they played them since when they were the Montreal Expos. And, but yep, same outcome, lost. Or whatever, make some up. I don't have to write this shit for you. You're not idiots like other comics fans. Are you? I don't know. Evelyn, Evil E, Neighbor Dave's wife, Evelyn, is coming over for a cocktail, at which point, when she shows up, the dogs will go batshit. When the dogs go batshit, that will be a good time for us to break. And I'll look at my notes, because we have to go to the gift bag. And, we don't have any, we actually have viewer mail. I was thinking about starting that. You know what?
Real mail.
Instead of, since you're sending shit anyway, if you have questions, mail them to 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona, 85603. Send it on a postcard. If you sent it on a postcard, that'd be better because it's more like a tweet because you can only fit so much. I don't want to, and I'm not guaranteeing I'm getting all your stupid questions.
There you go.
Yeah.
140 characters.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
I will get to actual snail mail. I will try my best to get to. And
Stanhope mailbag. Right on.
I like that. All right. So yeah, that way I can flick the card around like Letterman used to do with the index cards. And if it wasn't real mail, would I be able to do this?
Can't shake your computer like that.
Maybe he still does that, but no, probably not. I haven't watched Letterman since I was probably 25 years old. The oldest. What else? Los Angeles. I'll figure out what I fucking talked about Manson. I don't want to just go ahead and repeat the exact same podcast, but it was blast. The show was fucking amazing. Andy and I, you know this? Did I talk about Andy and I going out up front as the,
No.
Okay. Well, we went out to open the show.
This was in Portland.
This is in Portland. I've done a podcast since then, so I can't imagine we didn't talk about it, but Shawnee didn't know about it either.
But it was Christine's podcast. Really.
All right.
It was you guys swap casting. You guys were talking
Well, the night before we had gone out, Andy and I went to the show, so we're hanging out backstage. I must not have mentioned you as Twiggy. Twiggy is still with the band.
Yes.
So I had Chaille used to play in a Manson tribute band called The Dope Show, where they did it down to I had pictures of Chaille on my phone down to the T as Twiggy. So I got Twiggy. I'm talking to Twiggy and I'm like, I'm tour manager, the guy that does my podcast, my best friend, Ggreg Chaille. And I'm showing him pictures and he was genuinely highly fucking amused.
Really?
He was wicked amused.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with getting the right dress. Or to do the makeup.
Not obsessed with the band. It was a gig.
It was a gig.
But you were obsessed. You're such a fucking perfectionist.
Yeah, to do it right. And it was down, pantyhose and the things on the arm. It was I was really going nuts to try and get it right, as I would.
Yeah, no.
And it was,
I saw how you made pork chops today. I go, I know you get a lot of shit to do, but I got these fucking half-off pork chops.
Thick cut, too, yeah.
And you're like, pork chops are easy. I go, yeah, a lot of shit is easy, but you never do it that way. And the next thing you know, there's rosemary all over the pork chops. And I just cooked the fucking things. Pan, fire, meat.
But when you told me you did that, I could not imagine standing there because I would be probably embarrassed. But it was, oh, that's funny.
Got the picture.
I was so stoked that he saw that. That was cool.
Okay, well, here's what we did, and I can't imagine that the audio is any good, and we're supposed to be doing this with no edits, but Andy and I went out ahead of time as the regular gag. We're the morning show guys. I'm Keith the Blasting Capillary from 86.4 Real Rock Radio and Real Rock and Rollers. This weekend, Bingham and Chevrolet is having a push-puller drag-it-in blowout sale. Come on down to try out the new Chevy Volt. And you know, when you go to insure that, I kept dropping corporate plugs. I go, when you go to insure that car, make sure you insure it with Esurance. That's right, Esurance. You're going to get a quote in under 15 minutes. What else? And we immediately, boo, because we're going to just keep doing that till we get booed off. Sherry Berries. I remember I closed on a Sherry's Berries.
Oh, good.
To a cascade of fucking boos. A couple people knew who we were.
And what point of the show was this? Was this
opening.
Before? Oh my God.
Opening before the opening band.
Oh, so they're all just like boozed up from the car where they just pounded what they could before they came in.
Yeah, a couple people are laughing, but there was a few serious death stares. Andy would just keep leaning in with a couple of muttered, murder. So that was fun. And yeah, like Manson was playing to us in the fucking, hey, Sax underpants. Gave fucking Manson a pair of Sax underpants. Night before the show, showtime comes, he fucking drops his drawers in the dressing room. No, I didn't have to earn my laminate that way. He had to show me the fucking Sax underpants. Did I ask if I could take a picture to prove it? No fucking way. I do have a great picture though. Did I show you that one?
I've barely talked to you until you said, hey, can you make pork chops?
I'm going to show you the dressing room picture I took in Portland is a fucking album cover, except it's got basically his name all over it. And I can't do that to a dude. I'll show you. So that was that. Punched him in his fucking chest for an encore. He kept coming over to the side of the stage with double birds, and he got fucking enough in the wings I could fucking nail him right in his solar plexus.
Some guy sent me a link to a bunch of pictures. He was a guy from Jackass.
Oh, Aaron, yeah.
Aaron, Danger Aaron.
Yeah.
You met him somewhere.
Probably Portland last
It was,
time.
You're right.
Yeah, well,
he had fucking access, man.
Yeah.
He was all over. I mean, this was just the Manson set. And he was up high and then down like in the pit and then over on the side of the stage. And Manson has these
brass knuckle fucking microphones.
He had one with a fucking dagger on it and then he destroyed a tambourine with the dagger.
Yeah. All right.
You're punching him?
Yeah. I was geared up. I was in the moment.
Yeah.
Well, he came up and went, you punched me in the chest. Yeah.
You had a knife. You came at me. Ask anyone.
But that was great. And we had the next day to go up because they were going to Seattle afterwards.
No.
Yeah, we could have gone in the tour bus, but we were there the night before in the same hotel.
We were in Seattle that night.
The next night?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I didn't even think to look.
That's right, because that was the 26th.
Why didn't
you
come
didn't leave
up
till the
and
29th?
us?
Fuck, that would have changed everything. Because we just thought, god damn it. We just thought everyone's going to be fucking crashed out and ragged out and hung over as shit during the day.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'd leave that night. Either way, no one's hanging around during the day. You're not having lunch with fucking Manson and the Twiggy. So we're just going to like kill time in Portland, Seattle, and see the show again and leave or get another hotel.
They would leave. They would strike the stage and then the buses would roll. Because it's too short of a distance. they would just go there and then probably check into
Either
hotels
way,
once they
it's
got
too
there.
much work to like just look at each other hungover when no one wants to talk to anybody. I don't want to
your
see
eggs.
fucking people during the day. So we bowed out and we were very happy we did, and then we just went to that what's the goddamn name of the hotel we did like? See, that's the thing. I remember the Ramada, but the one that's in my top favorite
Red Lion.
bar, Red Lion, that's the one. Red Lion Airport. Great day drinking.
Oh, it was
bar.
the airport.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a couple of locations in Portland, and I couldn't tell which one it was based on your explanation to Christine and where you guys were hanging out.
Right
So
down the
that's-
road from the
that's it,
Ramada.
The airport. Excellent.
If you want to take a shit in a pool and then walk just a quarter mile back.
Your feet won't even be dry by the time you get back to the Red Lion. Oh, well, that's a bummer, man. I mean, you guys had a blast. You could tell from those pictures. You guys, I was really surprised you made it to do the podcast.
The other thing is we brought Andy in because we were kind of on a runner. So we just kind of forced the Andy hand, and Andy stretches anyone's patience. He was pretty good that night. I don't think he bothered anyone.
There's a picture with Andy and Marilyn Manson and Andy's dog in bed. So I guess everyone got along.
Oh, yeah, that would have been the night before.
The night before, yeah.
Yeah, that was on common ground. That's at the hotel.
Oh, okay.
But at the show. So maybe I would have been sketchy about going, oh, can I bring other people you don't know? Hang around your green room? Twiggy said it was cool.
Well, I was wondering like which way they were going, and I never even thought to fucking look at what
I
their schedule was.
just saw, because I forget you can DM on Twitter.
If you follow each other.
Yeah. So Glenn Wool had
That's right.
texted me
He's in
because it was
Vancouver.
Vancouver the night after Seattle, and he goes, "Hey, are you opening for Marilyn Manson?" Call me. I'm in town, and I just saw that today, a week and a half later.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then we went to Los Angeles where we saw Walsh, we saw Henry. What else we see? We saw Hennigan now with the Bretchels lodged in the apartment underneath, and Patty and
Everyone.
Selma.
Yeah.
Let's just call
Patty.
Susanna Lee Selma. Patty and Selma. Can we do that? Hey, Patty, Erickson, make that stick. Just start call Susanna Lee Selma since she's underneath Patty. It's great. They have the whole, I had to call Hennigan. That's how fucking, we got really sketchy there. Fucking coming out of the hole and going straight into the lion's den up there and then into Los Angeles. So yeah, that whole tin can rehab got bent up a little. That tin can had the fucking top lopped off of it. It's in the discount bin. I saw that they have that soccer marmalade podcast now. They just talk soccer or football, depending on which one. Hennigan and Brett Erickson.
Passionately.
Yeah, I guess Hennigan gets all liquored up where he just gets like very, very angry.
Well,
And then Erickson kind of grinds his gears. But they both know what the fuck they're talking about.
absolutely.
I've heard it's funny.
I find it very entertaining, and I know dick all about soccer.
Soccer marmalade. Check that out if you have like a 90th hour in your work week to fucking kill.
Oh, I guarantee it's more entertaining than anything you should be doing while sitting at a desk.
Well, there's so many people in the UK that actually know what the fuck they're talking about.
I think, listen, Hennigan
will rile up anybody.
Yes, and
He's such a dick.
well, that's the thing. It's like he's that guy who probably will get punched in the pub, but at the same time, he makes some good valid points.
No, he would shut his mouth in the pub, but
Well,
he'd bitch at you at the hotel about the guys at the pub when you didn't care.
Perfect then.
Yeah.
That's what's great
Perfect
about
radio.
perfect. Yeah.
But
There you go.
he's so fucking passionate. You can wind him up. If you listen to that, fucking follow him at Mr. Hennigan and torture him. He hates England. I don't really get because there's national rivalries and then there's like World Cup shit where Scotland's never involved, but he hates England and he loves Germany. He always loves Germany and everything just because they're so well organized.
Well, he hates England above everything else. He hates England more than he likes any other team. He will always root against anyone who's playing England, no matter who.
But he's like wicked into the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Like he's Man City guy, I believe.
Yeah.
And he used to like Everton because of a certain coach. You have to listen to the fucking thing.
I have listened to it. I'm trying to tell you, you should be listening to it.
I'm trying to move on.
All right.
I'm trying to get to
it's good.
Other stuff.
But you find out everything about what you're talking about here.
All right. I have to get to some shit I only vaguely remember talking. And I really honestly try to not talk shit about other comedians. And this one it just happened to come up. And it wasn't a guy, I wasn't talking about anyone I know, just someone I'd seen peripherally on TV. And I think it's probably way too mean, even though I don't. But it just came up when we announced the Toronto date, which is to June something. June 10th.
June 12th.
12th, 13th, or 10th. It's on DougStanhope.com. When we announced that, someone had given me shit about my ticket price. And I said, it was always $1 more than Jim Jeffries. If it's a market that Jim Jeffries plays, I don't know. What you decide what you're fucking worth. So I just go, all right, $1 more than Jim Jeffries, I'm happy. And, otherwise, how are you going to know? There's no fucking Kelly's Blue Book. All right. So you look at what other people are getting. And then there's this one guy, like I've only vaguely once heard of him when I was flipping through Showtime or something. And he's like fucking more expensive than me. And like, no, I'm a fucking comic. I've just happened to one time hear this guy. And then I carried on about how, stupid he looked, with the caveat of I looked at stupid. He has I guess my quote was, you went back and listened, that he looked like a retarded a more retarded Ben Stiller. And he looked like a mixture of, Bowser from Sha-Na-Na and a fucking idiot. And, someone caught me on Twitter and went, hey, good description of so-and-so. It doesn't matter. The guy's just by a strange twist of fate. And I do admit that like he has that same kind of head that you just want to smash his head in. And I have that same head. I just don't have to look at it all day. But there's a reason there's not a lot of mirrors in my house. So I see my fucking head and I just want to not leave the house. I don't want to ever do television. That's why I hate being on camera. Because I immediately remember what my head really looks like. Not what I imagine it looks like to get through the day, what it actually looks like. So I just said that on a podcast a couple weeks ago. Well, I go to Los Angeles. Why'd you go to Los Angeles? To see your friends? No, I went because I had to go for a fucking Esquire shoot of 20 top comics tell their favorite joke. So it's like a video and then a photo shoot. So they have the 20 comics broken up into groups of 5. Well, guess who I'm in a photo shoot with? Me and the other fucking the 2 stupidest looking guys in fucking show business in the same photo shoot with Natasha Leggero, the fucking cutest girl in fucking comedy. And that guy, he wasn't as stupid looking as he is in fucking on camera.
Uh-oh.
He's way less stupid. He hams it up for the camera. So, I'm going to be stupid. It's the whole Jim Carrey's the thing. And plus I see him and it's daytime and I'm sober in a fucking comedy store that has no alcohol, though I changed that very quickly. And so I see this guy first thing. I'm like, oh, don't be that guy I just talked shit about on my podcast, because now I have to put on my phony face.
Please be Bowser. Please be Bowser.
All you people, you know what? I'm going to say what I mean. Well, I'm not. To your face, I'm not. I'll say it on my podcast. Because why would I say that to your face? Just because I thought it? Do you have to say everything to someone's face that you'd say on a podcast to be a fucking man? I'm going to ruin a photo shoot. Hey, you look really like annoyingly stupid to me. I thought I'd get that out so you didn't think I was a coward. What? But that's how I felt the whole time.
Oh, that's going through your head.
Yeah,
all right,
now
like,
I just said this guy looks really stupid. I think I said he wasn't funny either.
What you said was no comic would ever think he's funny.
Well, no comic would. I said maybe the inflection was wrong.
Yeah.
No comic would, because comics, we're a tough audience. See, See, this is how I'd make it up to his face. Like, I heard you called me a fucking retarded Ben Stiller that wasn't funny on your podcast because you're too chicken to say it to my face. Well, what I meant was, like, not funny to a comic. Like, you know how tough it is for us to laugh, but we both love Dave Attell, right? Can we find common ground to bond over?
What about when you said I'm so awful and I'm irritating to look at?
Well, irritating, like, it's probably the photographer. It's really probably the photographer. And you know how you mug it up? Like, cause pretty people can't be funny. Look at, come on, look at pretty people. Even Dane Cook fakes the bad skin. It's all he's got to get out of cute. I can shadow box my way out of this. Point is, it was very hilarious that I dropped that randomly on a podcast. First of all, no, you don't know who I'm talking about. You fucking narcs who want to start some fucking war out of this. I don't care. You don't know the guy. He's not one of the top 10. The only people you know.
Well,
he's not affiliated with any of the comedy, Death Squad or Nerdist. He's just some dude that happened to get a fucking Showtime special years ago. And has a big Italian-American draw in Toronto.
And will be in the Esquire picture with you.
Because Brian had to ask. Brian couldn't let the ticket price go. He's like, I don't know how he's selling 2 shows at that price in Toronto and no one's ever heard of him. So he asked him, oh, I see you're playing Toronto. 2 shows. Milk it out of him. Yeah, they get a big Italian-American community up there. Oh, okay, bye. I'll fuck off then. So we do this photo shoot, and you have no idea how painful it is for me to be in a photo shoot for exactly that reason. Bingo just has no more fun than watching me suffer through a photo shoot because I have one look and it's trying to not look that fucking retarded. And I found one face that I think is it, and it never is. Like, I never get that face. I'm trying to copy one face I saw where I go, I don't look too retarded in that, and I should practice that face. And then they try to get you to do a bunch of fun shit. And I'm like, I always tell them, I have one look, and that's all you're going to get. I can put on a different coat and turn to the side. I have one look, and you got it. You hit the button a few times to make it sure it wasn't fuzzy. You nailed it. But now I'm doing a photo shoot there's 5 comics total in a toilet in the Comedy Store, and Natasha fucking Leggero, who if you were fucking with me and like clued her in on, hey, Stanhope hates nothing more than standing in front of a camera, draw this out just to fuck with him. If you were doing that, she couldn't have done a better job for your money because she wanted to be there. She's one of those professional, ambitious people that makes you want to fucking stab yourself in your cervix to give you a cervix. You think you're finally done. Like, they got me laying down in the green room of the main room of the Comedy Store. It's the most beautiful green room ever. And the second part of it, there's the one with the couch and the bar. And then the back part is a bathroom with all the, with the lighting mirrors where you sit down as though if you're
a vanity mirror.
Yeah, big vanity mirrors, like a bench of them, and then a shower and a toilet they got me laying in front on the counter in front of the vanity mirrors on one elbow while the other 4 are goofing off around me and like, okay, just shove over. And I'm on my bad shoulder. I'm on my fucking torn rotator cuff trying to shimmy down. I'm sweating gin sweats all over the fucking place. Well, no, let's try before you move all the lighting. Let's try. What if we all got in the shower? And I'm like a fucking weird guy that's not part of the group because I don't live in LA and I don't really know the other 2. I just met one, and the other guy I'd only met once. And
we know the other guy.
Yeah, that guy, I don't know. I'm awkward. And Tasha's, she's like everyone else that just makes you feel, not on a purpose, but inherently, like the cool fucking, the cool kids, the original cool kids, the Largo, lounge guys that make you immediately feel like you're talking to the hot chick in grade school that pandered to you and like talked you away because you're the creepy kid. She doesn't mean to do it, but that's how I feel around her. So, but she's going, like, before we go in the other room, I'm like, thank God we're fucking done. No, we have to go to another room. But no, she's got a brilliant idea. Let's try it. Wouldn't it be funny if we all just got in the shower, like crammed into the shower? Because it's a little box shower.
Like shoving everyone into a phone booth back in the 60s.
She goes, if anyone think this is a stupid idea, I go, I'm going to go on the record immediately as being the first to say yes. And then, but everyone else, because she's fucking hot as shit. Oh no, okay, what can it hurt? What can it hurt? It hurts me to fucking be here. I hate it. I'm ruining all your pictures. But she's like, well, we're competing for the fucking page. Like the guy said, well, I want to work it so in case we get a 2-page, that's what we're hoping for, is to get a 2-page. And he kept talking about the gutter, I think. There's an expression for where the staples go in the magazine.
The middle.
As first of all, no one's reading the fucking hard copy anymore, except the 5 comics that are in the picture in the magazine.
And their parents.
And not even the photographer. So they're trying to shoot the picture with the gutter in mind, and fucking Natasha's like paying attention. She's like, well, what about the gutter on that shot? Cause she does.
Oh no.
She's like, well, we gotta beat, there's like 4 teams of 5 comics and we have to beat them. Well, you already lost with me and the other fucking retarded looking guy.
I think
at least he has good teeth and you keep they tell me to smile. You want to make this magazine fucking kick me in the balls and make me frown. These teeth are not going to get in a fucking 2-page spread. So
why didn't you offer to be in the gutter? It would have solved your problem.
I wasn't paying that much attention.
Man.
My shoulder hurts just thinking about that position, and they kept making me shimmy up, and I'm going, ow, ow, stinking of booze. Let's try one more. She kept having another idea. And then we all told our favorite joke on the stage. That's a video part for the website.
Oh my! That's the picture where
that was the
whole
no
one
whole
there,
thing
right?
It was
empty room.
So you're on stage telling it to the other 4 comedians, and it was just awkward. And then you left because Hennigan said, "Yeah, well, you're going to tell your favorite joke and then explain why it's your favorite joke and this and that." No, you just told your favorite joke, and everyone else stared like, "I don't know what to do." And then you left awkwardly into the daylight, into that stark. I'll never get used to that feeling of leaving like a podcast. You go to LA and you do your buddy's podcast and you just leave. Like after a show, it's not like you have that same feeling as after a show where you're going to go hang out.
What's next?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah, there's some like come down period, but there you just fuck off. You hang around with a bunch of people and then goodbye. All right, see ya. Uber. 4 Ubers. Yeah, make it 5 Ubers. None of you going the same way. Not that we know of. We didn't care to ask. Thanks. But a lot of people don't start drinking at 3:30 in the afternoon just because there was something there. Well, we're doing this thing, so we might as well get fucking hammered, right? No, not other people.
Wow, it's changed.
Yeah.
So, but you were only visiting.
Yeah, we get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you had to finish your run.
Yeah, we watched our stories. We got caught up on our stories there with we had the last 2 episodes of the Jinx, which like first of all that was while I was in the fucking tin can in the tuna can down there. I couldn't watch the television, so by the time I got out, it was already in the papers. The guy got arrested, but it's still plays. You can still catch up on it. It was still worth every fucking minute. And we watched Going Clear, the Scientology thing, which I wish, again, my rule that's wrong, that I've never seen a movie or a documentary that couldn't be at least 1/3 shorter. That one should have been as long as the Jinx. First of all, if you like the Jinx, look up a documentary series called The Staircase, which look it up. It's like the Jinx. There's so many things like the Jinx. It's a guy killed his wife, maybe is charged with killing his wife, find out his ex-wife was killed in a similar fashion. It's 8 episodes long, and it's better than the Jinx.
Where's
even
that?
though it's like 10 years old now. It was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
No, was it an HBO or Showtime?
I found it on On Demand before I even knew what On Demand was, back when we lived in LA. So find The Staircase. If you like the Jinx, this is as good or better. It's more fucked up about how the justice system is and how they just find a way to make this guy guilty to the point where neither side, his side or their side, care if he's innocent. They just need to win.
Yeah.
And it's grotesque, but a million twists and turns you'll never see coming, like this one. No, I was kidding. So yeah, find that. The Scientology, that should be a series, because there's so much that they did as fucked up or more than the stuff they showed you that they don't have time for. But it was still fantastic. And that was 2 documentaries in a row. The last one of Jinxed and the Scientology Going Clear, that were both top trending on. I've never seen a documentary trending on Twitter, much less in the top spot for a long fucking time. And that was wicked good. So. And Evelyn's here. Oh my God. The dogs are not even going batshit. The dogs, as I announce, Evelyn's here. Watch the wine glass, dude. Don't get Henry Phillips shit. Okay. We're going to have to, go to break again. Actually, we won't. We'll just come back from break again in a minute. Bye. Honey, what's got you so upset? Trying to sell this house and purchase a new house has got me pulling out my hair. Well, have you called Lane Rao at Jack White Real Estate on Centerport Drive in Anchorage, Alaska? Well, they're all the same, aren't they? No, honey. Lane Rao is always on time, and he's always ready to help. Well, that sounds like a great change of pace, because I need to get rid of this old house and put on a new house like a brand new pair of shoes. Speaking of shoes, honey, let's go shoe shopping after we talk to Lane Rao at Jack White Real Estate. Office number 907-562-6464. That's 907-562-6464. How do you know this guy's phone number, honey? We'll talk about that next time. Jack White Real Estate, Lane Rao Realtor. All right. Sorry for that elongated break. You know, when we do a long break like that, we should just leave a whole giant pause with elevator. little Spanish bee.
Girl from Ipanema?
Yeah. I was going dee.
Oh.
Little Spanish bee, isn't it?
Spanish
little
fly?
No, it's a bee. It's a Spanish bee.
Spanish bee?
It's a little Spanish bee. I don't.
It's the theme to the dating game. Herb Albert.
Tracy should always be mic'd. Tracy's always doing something cute and hilarious while she tweets and texts in the background. Hey, we're back, and that was that. And Evelyn came over. Evil E, God love her. Chaille lost $2. You can only say the F word if Evelyn is smoking cigarettes, because Evelyn doesn't smoke cigarettes. But a couple years ago, in a drunken, I think it was her 60th birthday party. Actually, a couple times before that, I got her to smoke cigarettes. Yeah. She'll have a drink. She generally won't have more than 2, even on an off night, on a big night. But I'd get her to have 3 and a cigarette. And then I'd get her to have a cigarette more often. And then we made a rule, because you could never say fuck if Evelyn's around. And it was a house rule. It's in the liner notes to one of my DVDs. But more than anything, after all the thank yous, but more than anything, don't say fuck if Evelyn's around. So you lost $2.
But it used to be just a scrunched up face when you said fuck, and you monetized it.
Yeah.
All right.
But
just want to make sure how I'm losing my money.
Fuck unless she's smoking. You can say fuck if she's smoking, but once she's done smoking. So that was the big joke. She'd have a cigarette and everyone would goof on her, but then they'd all hurl the fucking F word at her relentlessly throughout the cigarette. So now
I just had to have 2 cigarettes because she brought cigarettes because she only smokes when she's around me. And I said, well, now I only smoke if you come over and say fuck. So we got that worked out. So, yeah, there you go. You just, you don't quit things. You just, you do your best. And sometimes you got to write a book. I don't even know if I brought that up.
No, you haven't.
I have on the Twitter and the Facebook, but if I haven't brought it up on the podcast, that project that I was looking forward to, I'm still looking forward to, is I got a book deal. So I have to write a book, and it's, I gotta have I have a deadline of, 1st of September. And I got gigs starting in Canada.
In
June. So I in the next 2 days, I have to go hunker up at the other house. After that trailer thing, I know I can't do it in any of the fucking huts and hovels of this compound. I hate to say compound because it makes it sound huge and lets people down who haven't been here. But there's lots of different spaces, but the fucking animals can get to all of them. And they just sit there and they scratch at the door. Fuck. So I learned from that 30 days in the hole, I have to go to that final fucking safe spot up the street. And that's where Bingo chews fucking nicotine gum with her mouth open. So I'm going to have to shut a door, get some goddamn earplugs. Sal from the Impractical Jokers, when we watched that, they did that special that we hadn't seen. We had to catch up on those stories when we got back. But he lists he has a list of things he hates. He has his 7 things he hates, and they listed it off in that. They did a documentary, kind of like Tourgasm, but without assholes.
Sal's the mousy guy that usually has almost bald.
No, Sal's
Is that Murr?
Yeah, Sal's the squeamish guy the germophobe.
Oh, okay. Oh, the guy that was here.
Yeah, he was here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was right where we're standing doing your piss roulette.
Piss roulette.
He was the guy squirting the gun, and he had to have a rubber glove on just to touch the fucking, and he was still vomiting.
He
was still retching.
Bingo singled out a bathroom in the little house just for him, and had a sign on it that said Sal's bathroom.
Yeah,
and no one was allowed in there.
He was talking on the thing because they're doing this tour because they do like sketch comedy. It's all their fans, so they'd show like outtakes of things they couldn't show on TV and stuff. We've been to their show a couple times, and we were at the last one there. I queued it up where there's just a quick shot of Bingo. We're not in the show, but you can see us. So I queued up a quick shot of Bingo because she forgot all about it because she forgets everything in 10 seconds. So it makes it easy to surprise her. And so she came in. I go, hey, you're on TV. She says, oh, my God. I'm going to text him how we screamed when we saw us on TV. I go, don't say I screamed. You screamed. We all scream, etc.
For ice cream.
Yeah, but one of his hates, and traffic. I always say I live my life to avoid traffic. One of the main reasons I live here, no traffic. And I still get mad going to Safeway. Fuck, come on. I want to get a speeding ticket one time. I'd love to get a speeding ticket between here and Safeway.
There's 2 lights, dude.
But you can never get from here to Safeway. What's that? 2.25 miles tops without being behind someone doing 5 to 10 miles an hour under the already too slow speed limit. One time.
Well, you do go through a school zone and you have
Traffic.
to take one left turn.
Yeah.
But
and someone slow every fucking time. Traffic, and of course, my biggest is wind. If you ask anyone who's known me for more than fucking 5 years, they know nothing, not annoys me. It just, it makes me anxious, like the bad anxiety, like high anxiety, like Mel Brooks talked about. Like, I am upset for no reason. Everything is getting ruined. And that's weird because I have a real problem around people that are like Sal, germophobes. So I'm the biggest slob in the world. Nothing is clean around me. Assume you're going to catch something. If you're afraid of catching something, this is the place to get it.
To cure it. You can cure that disease of germophobia here.
Ichabod has that fucking sore, a hot spot as they call it. Well, the one is like a lump. It's like a fucking, he's got one foot that has two things. That one thing that we've ignored is probably cancer, and I hope it is, because dogs don't need to live forever. But you can't tell when it's time until the vet says, oh, it's time. The other one is there's no like wart thing. It's just a big spot he keeps licking. And Tracy, fucking brilliant. You've dealt with this before, but there's some kind of bitter apple, is it?
Called bitter apple.
It's something that tastes like shit. You put it on the hot spot, they stop licking it because most of the sore. Point is, when you pointed at it and go, hey, lick that to see if he needs more bitter apple on it, is this like hideous glazed sore,
matted,
and a few drinks, and it wouldn't be too disturbing for me to lick that to make you puke.
Rather than like spray the bitter apple on the back of your hand or something, you would lick the weeping sore with matted fur.
It's not weeping; it's glistening from the saliva.
Glistening. All right.
Okay. Both ladies, when you get a fucking microphone, hey, you know what? You can pipe down, because I just had to fucking demean myself. And worse, if you held me down like we were in some kind of military academy and I was the geek with leg braces and you made me lick that fucking sore, it would not be as embarrassing as having to ply votes for your video out of my social media. And what happened while we were away? When we went to break and Evil E showed up with cigarettes, what did you find out? Yes, don't say it because you don't have a mic. You, just from the initial tweets, and Brendan Walsh already went from worst to first. You're in first place, and don't sleep on that, because what happens is whoever was in first place has a bunch of friends that they annoyed a little bit. And now they're going, oh, fuck, there's only 4 days left and we're not in first place. And now they're going to double down. And then I'm going to have to ask people again.
We had 78 votes. Now we're in last place.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
What happened?
All right. And this podcast obviously has not gone out. So, yeah, hammer those fucking Wyoming people. Free State Project. If they had picked Wyoming for the Free State, I probably would be living there right now. I wouldn't be.
Montana?
Wyoming.
No.
Montana and Wyoming.
Where's the Free State Project? Where's that?
They're in New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. Oh, what?
Yeah, remember we hung out with them.
That's
my
right.
brother got mad at me because
God.
we ditched them, and I got
fight.
roped into a podcast.
That was,
It was weird.
No, and
That's the people that sent me the free ticket. They sent me
the
a
golden
plane
ticket.
Yes.
The golden ticket.
Yes, they were I had a fucking blast with them, but I'm not going to fucking New Hampshire in March.
It was a secret bar.
It was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little speakeasy, like the Mod Hari.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting all over ourselves.
Let me
hit this, because I didn't even know you had the bottle. Someone gave me this bottle on the road at the merch booth, like 1,000 other gifts. It's called the Original Texas Catsup. Comes in a hot sauce bottle. In fact, I bet that...
Spell it.
Catsup. I said it. You don't have...
I thought it was K.
Catsup. Catsup. Texas ketchup. It's hot sauce ketchup, and it was fucking good.
It's delicious.
I didn't know. I know I looked for it on Google.
So did I.
I didn't know you had the bottle so we could actually find out the information, because we talked about it, and I'm like, I can't find it anywhere either. It says on the bottom, Food Specialties Inc., Indianapolis, Indiana, Texas Catsup. The original Texas Catsup from Indianapolis, Indiana.
New York City.
And it says established 1941.
Yeah.
With a phone number. You cannot find this on Google.
No.
Google has no idea you exist, but you've been around since 1941 and went out of business before, but someone handed us this bottle in the last year.
This last tour.
And it's pretty much done.
I do have to tell you, it's a lot of corn sweetener, which that's all right, but it is.
Hey, we're not the food babe.
It is delicious though, and it's a variety of spice that heretofore we have not experienced. A sweet spice. It's good.
I tried to remake it just using ketchup and trying every different hot sauce, which I have at least 147. I'm afraid the door of my fridge will fall off sometimes because I get so much. It's all condiments. Life is all condiments. And
that Japanese mayo.
That spicy Japanese mayo.
That's the shit.
We've learned how to recreate this almost.
But
I got to figure out what kind of vinegar you put in that. Well, this is for later.
Probably,
All right. Are we getting
rice
off topic?
vinegar.
Rice vinegar?
I would imagine.
Oh, sorry. Oh, by the way,
I mean, lice vinegar.
During the break, I talked to Kelly about the caddy eBay thing.
Yeah.
And I just wrote, I just put up the original listing, all this shit. That guy, when I bought it a year ago, we haven't done shit with it. So it's basically the exact same car he listed with all the details. I added
You fixed the problem that he knew existed.
Well, that's the thing. I put in, 4-sentence paragraphs, a short blurb of, hey, this is the fucking Cadillac I bought, bingo. For those who know me, it's pretty much the same thing. It's been in a few parades and on a few photo shoots with bingo. Other than that, it's pretty much the same mileage. And I put a couple grand into brakes and some shit with the steering column.
Yeah.
And I wrote, you still look and feel like a fat, sleazy Greek pimp driving the thing, et cetera, et cetera. But you still gonna fuck with the top. I can't figure that out without calling a guy.
But
anyway, the point is she just submitted that. eBay already shot it down for being racist and vulgar because I said some steering column shit and a fat, sleazy Greek pimp. Oh, the Greeks! You got fucking status now.
They're in the news.
Yeah, you call someone a Greek. I would love to keep changing that. Like if I said Nordic, would they go, that's racist? Like at what point? White pimp. I should.
When are you no longer sensitive to that?
I know. If I had the time to just selling a fucking Cadillac I'm just doing this for fun on eBay and then we'll sell it locally.
Wait a minute. Don't they sell the Polak joke book?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Oh, and by the way, that was something I bought it when someone found it on eBay.
Yeah.
I bought it and then someone else, maybe because someone else sent me. So I have that, it's fun to be a
Polak.
Not Polish, a Polak.
Polak.
Yeah, without a C. All right, maybe we'll throw that in the glove box, that extra copy into the Cadillac.
Oh, so you have an extra one.
Sneaky racism. How about that? We'll sneak racism into the glove box of the Caddy. We'll work out the Cadillac for the next podcast, which shouldn't be in too long.
You should probably do trade Greek for Polak, and then you could throw it back at eBay. But you sell this book.
I know, that's my point, is I don't have the time to sit around and get into petty fights with fucking eBay because I got to write a goddamn book. Well, no, that's the thing. I will because I have to write a book now. And now it's getting down to crunch time because I don't know how to write a book. I've never written a book. It takes me, I remember when we did, the Killer Termites thing. When I was going back after that woman, she came after me in the press and I had to have, for me, it was like Tom Cruise in, whatever.
Going Clear.
No.
I thought you were calling
he
back.
was winging that. That was off the top of his head. You Can't Handle the Truth. That movie. How they're cramming for that last night before the trial. And they're all, so I had to write this just defense of myself against this cunt, Alison Pearson in the UK. And she's the one that branded the fans the Killer Termites. They came after me like a swarm of killer termites. It was great. And it was one of those times I'm so fucking proud, but just to write an update for my site defending myself, just to make sure everything was accurate. It was probably a 14-hour, 16-hour day. And that was for an update. And now I got to write fucking 70,000 words and remember where it started. What was I talking about when this started? That's my whole fucking podcast is what was I talking about?
Yeah,
There was a title for this podcast. What was I talking about when I started this sentence?
It's not like Irma Bombeck where you just come up with things and there's no, you actually have a starting point.
Wait, you actually read an Irma Bombeck book to know how it's laid out structurally?
I think I just walked into a trap.
You just put yourself in you know what?
Life's a bowl of cherries. Why am I in the pits? Didn't we all?
Yeah, I remember the cover. Mother had that cover.
Oh,
the grass is always greener over the septic tank. Huh?
Wait a minute! How did you?
Mom!
No!
Mother! Fuck. What was I saying? Oh, I think a lot of times I think you're doing it on purpose when you fuck up words like antibiotics and
Puma,
Papa vodka, Pumas, the Bisbee Pumas. No, it's Pumas. It's a fucking wild cat. What did he say today repeatedly? We didn't even call him on it till the second time.
Well, you about spit up whenever you were eating.
No, we let it go the first time.
The third or fourth time.
And the second time,
kept saying it.
She said, not
defacing.
It was defacing public property. Yeah. And he kept saying defacing. And this politician running for Anchorage mayor, and some guy kept defacing all of her. They cut her head out of her signs, and they didn't tear him down. They just defaced it. All right, that's too many times with the defaced. All right, viewer mail. Hey, Doug, I hope this finds. Just sent you a couple of stickers from my Hoarder's Paradise. Hope they find their way onto our wheelie bin. Yeah, we put some. Yeah, they're on there. I was thinking about putting up a picture of the giant trash can with all the stickers you sent, except that one guy who sent 8,000 stickers, and most of them were like motor oil shit. It had nothing to do with you. I put your good ones up, and yeah. But yeah, they're on the top and the sides, and I'm not taking pictures of that, but I thank you. And another guy.
Wait, I think you need to reiterate.
I'll just say Matthew Casey. Yeah, you sent a letter. I'm not doing this all the time because
this is snail mail. The people wrote you letters.
I know. Yeah, there you go. I letterman the letter. This one, Chris Robinson. I listened to the podcast, something or other. See, when we did this every day, I'd have the letter with the shit. I've read the books. I got them. I'll just say thank you, Chris Robinson.
From the Black Crows?
He won the lottery on the stupidity of yeah.
You should pre-read these.
I did a few days ago. That's the problem. We're not doing this every day.
This needs to be postcards, like you said earlier. Okay, they need to be postcards. The fucking
guy from Belgium, well, you know what? Just look at what do you call that? The thumbnail photo on my website. Your picture is the thumbnail photo. And I staged it to make it look like it's in the middle of the podcast. And your book is subtly in the background. You might notice it in that photograph. And then this other guy, it's a nice letter. I forgot what it said, but I go, oh, this guy's very nice.
With a pin.
He's the guy, he sent me this giant, 14-pound, that slab of, it's not even it's not like a plaster. Sculpture,
but plaster. It's a relief. A relief.
Yes. Well, that's going to fucking wash with my fan base. I don't know what it
relief.
Is. They don't.
It's a relief.
Whatever it is. Imagine a picture you put on your wall, but it's made out of fucking granite. And you sent it poorly packaged. You put a chunk of cement, 15 pounds of cement, more like a 12 by 16 chunk of cement with a wire on the back. And you wrapped it in paper, thinking it's going to make the trip. Inside a cardboard box. Well, yeah, that showed up in pieces, but there's a lot of other shit. There's cool stuff on bullshit. A little book called On Bullshit. There's another book of people's correspondence and a pen and yeah, a lot of stuff. It's nice. He sent some nice stuff and thank you. Bingo really enjoyed this. Oh, and this is fucking topical. Megan Podwin. Bingo's coming over she won't talk on the microphone, but she's pointing out, Megan Podwin.
Get it right.
Anyway, she made a picture out of the video that you're fucking voting for. How about that? How about that for timing, Megan?
Tell them where to go.
Go. They know where to go. Shit, I don't even remember.
Wyoming short film competition.
And the O up above is the video. This is a picture from the thing, that handmade. I don't know how you describe this. What am I fucking working for QVC? It's like you.
It's probably what I would say is it's a screen grab, but a line drawing, and then
That's it.
Did a bunch of mosaic kind of tiles. It's fucking.
This
awesome.
is why Chaille, when I have an idea for a T-shirt, like the disease T-shirts, which you're not fucking jumping on, and we have so many great graphics.
I'm not jumping on you. You gave that to your fans to do.
I know, but now we have a million things. But I have to go, well, I want it to look, I have to find things that it looks like and then point to them. Like I'm a Chinese guy at Burger King for the first time and I have to point at the picture because I don't, mosaic, I wouldn't have come up with that word. I'm not in that line of work.
That's what it is though.
I already plugged the guy on eBay on Twitter, but I'll plug him again. Some guy on eBay was sent these things. He's selling, he calls it pop art and, they're just, pictures. There was a picture of me and a picture of Bingo that
pop out. I'm sorry. It says pop out.
All right. I thought it said pop art on eBay.
Popoutart.com.
Doug Stanhope on eBay. You're not going to find much other than a bunch of, DVDs and CD. But the big pop out. Okay. There you go.
Pop out art.
Thank you.
Popoutart.
www. This is on the back of the thing he sent. .popout-art.com www.popout-art.com or go to eBay and put in Doug Stanhope art and you'll find these it's that molester picture I took with the Bible, but not the one with the Bible, but the same sitting and a crazy bingo thing. They're fucking cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
And in the description, here's the rub. I find that on eBay, and in the description, it said, Doug Stanhope, comedian, blah, blah, blah. It said, used to be funny. Not only did he say that, but it's USE, use to be funny. So I just sent him an email because I fucking love the art. And I said, I'm not a guy who buys artwork of himself often. This is just really fucking poppy, kind of Andy Warhol, but pink. Cool. So I said, hey, saw your thing. This is Doug Stanhope. First of all, it's used to be funny. Used to be funny. And I love your art. If you send me some free ones, I'll fucking plug it. I already did on eBay, and he sold out of bingo shit. He said limited editions. But we don't know how. Is it numbered?
It's numbered. It's numbered. You got both yours and Bingo's 1 of 50. Yes.
Oh, we both got number one? All right,
one.
so maybe there's 49 that are going to come out. So,
no, they're gone.
All right. Well, he had a few up of each of us, so he might have more. I don't know. Fuck him.
I wouldn't stop at 50. Not if I sold 30. Well, look, I found a suitcase full of 40 more.
We don't steal Bibles that aren't really stolen from hotels. So you give us that. I fucking steal newspapers from Safeway, but I had to stop because I ratted myself out. And now when I buy a single newspaper, I'm waiting for someone at Safeway to look inside of it. So one of the local Bisbee narcs, that fucking plastic bag cunt, listens to my podcast just to find my Achilles heel and then calls Safeway. He's bragging about stealing from you. You should pat him down. Other people sent some stuff and if I didn't mention it, I'm sorry. We've been fucked for a while, but, I'll be hanging around writing a book. So I will be desperately wanting to podcast just to get away from my responsibility. And I appreciate the time that you put into that fucking 2 seconds of voting for that dumb thing that I had to fucking take Gizma in my contact lens. Figuratively, that's how it felt. That's how it felt. And you know what? I'll give back by putting out more podcasts of this quality and sometimes not as good. But I'll do it for you because I care. I think if you left me with a button that lights up and a microphone, I'd put out 30 or 40 shitty podcasts a day, not even noticing there's no wires to anything. Just
like the easy button from Office Depot or Staples.
Yes.
But I like get some turpentine and wipe off the easy. You wouldn't even know that it's like embossed easy on top.
That's on. Yeah, you're talking, Grandpa. I'm your 48-year-old grandfather with Alzheimer's disease, shitting in a fucking diaper and slapping the button. Okay, we're back.
Push here and you're on the air, Mr. Stanhope.
UK, that started going batshit. They had to stop the pre-sales for the Apollo Hammersmith, so you could, I don't know, that might already be in play, but I know Brian said, they had to stop the pre-sales, so.
It's up on the site.
Notice I must be getting tired. I can't even force a really bad Brian Hennigan Scottish. Woo! They had to stop the pre-sales, so there'd be hard tickets to sell. Woo!
Anyway, you blew your load earlier with the soccer marmalade.
Yeah, all right. Well, go back to that. So I get a lot of emails going, well, since you're here, are you going to play there? And I don't know. Beats the fuck out of me. I gotta fucking write a book, man. Think I'm worried about the fall? It's not even, God, it's still freezing at night here. And I live in the desert. It's later. I don't know. I'm going to play I'm going to play somewhere other than the Apollo Hammersmith. So I don't know what's close. It's probably not going to be your coffee shop, and it's not going to be a place to go to. I have a 40-seater underground place that's open after hours. I'm not going to be able to make that, and I'm not going to trash you for offering, because when you stop offering, it's just like weed. I don't smoke it, but if you stop asking, I'm going to start feeling like I did something wrong. It's like losing a stalker. Hey, remember Haroon? He was our London stalker boy. He was like a London Butters. Yeah. At the time, as this young kid, he's going to medical school, and he'd walk us home against our will, and he was but he grew on us like Butters did. And then
because you played it multiple nights in one venue.
We
Leicester
did
Square.
A run. It was, I don't even think it started before Leicester Square. It was at the Soho Theater, I thought, and we had a long walk home, and he'd walk with us. He wasn't protection by any means. Butters could take him. That's how weak this kid was. But and then he stopped coming, and we're like, fuck, whatever happened to Haroon? Do I stink now? Is my act awful? Am I washed up because Haroon isn't stalking me? And then he showed up last time we were at the Apollo Hammersmith, and I fucking hugged him. I swear to God, if I didn't hug him, I hugged you in my heart, Haroon. I thought maybe I'm making a comeback.
Did you ask him what happened?
Nah, he fucking gets caught up in shit.
Oh, he lived a life. He ended up it turned out that he actually had a life.
This never happened to you with a chick? It just wouldn't fucking stop showing up at gigs. You were come on, you were Twiggy, for Christ's sakes. You had to have a girl that dressed up like a fucking Marilyn Manson groupie.
Like a girl with no self-esteem.
You'd fuck her and she'd wake up. She goes, I don't really like the band either.
Well, I'd fuck her
just
with
a gig for me too, dude. Beat it.
I'd fuck her with a dildo. I wouldn't use my real dick.
She'd have a fake pussy. You'd both wake up and be laughing over coffee. It'd be like the Pina Colada song all over again.
Hold it up higher, my Rotator cuff.
You guys go Google the Pina Colada song, and I'm going to close on that. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, for one time in a long time, play the Matoid.
1, 2, 3, 7, go! Right on, baby. The priest is here, and the casket is ready. Body inside looks nice and steady. Let's play it for the man, for the last time. Play it for the man. Farewell. Play it for the man, for the last time. Play it for the man. Praise the Lord, and we got to go on with the funeral party. Got to go on with the funeral party. Got to go on with the funeral party. Got to go on with talking, and the casket starts to move. Everybody's crying, we all got the groove. Let's play it for the man, for the last time, play it for the man. Farewell, play it for the man, for the last time, play it for the man. Praise the Lord.